Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. This is a project for Artstacks, so I thought I'd just film this one in real time. So I've grabbed a couple of packs. One is the one that I designed called Colourful World. I have got some of these on my website. And then there's also Tamara Laporte's Wonderful World. I've grabbed this wonderful coloured tissue paper and some quotes and some butterflies. I think they might be from one of the packs as well. And I thought I'd just have a little play in my journal. This is the one that I do all my Artstacks projects in. It's a 6-inch watercolour journal. It was from Dina Wakley Media, but unfortunately isn't on sale anymore. So I'm just kind of using it to get those pages used up. See, it's lovely, lovely paper in here, and it's great for, you know, kind of playing a little bit. So I kind of want to use this image, I think I do, and I think I don't really want to use, I do really want to use some of these, but I'm not sure, is that going to work on there? I don't know. Maybe that one, that bit. I'm just going to, so this is more like a collage paper rather than the tissue paper. It's different consistency to the other one. Should we see if this will tear with a water brush? Let's have a go. Will it? It might do. Oh, yes, it does. Okay, that's interesting to know. Just give it a couple of seconds to soak in. Hey, I like that. Okay, I'm going to pop that. In fact, I might put that up here. So I'm just going to go in and stick this down. This is some Dina Wakley gel medium that I'm using to add this to my page. I'm just going to stick that down, pop a bit over the top. Let's just make sure I've got it right down there. I don't mind wrinkles in my collage paper. It doesn't really bother me, but it would appear that you can kind of smooth this out. You just keep going over it. I don't cringe at the way I'm pushing my brush around. Look at that, I like. Okay, let's give that a dry. I might put her down here and see if I can continue these kind of leaves and colours. Oh, I've got an idea. Got an idea. Right, I'm going to fussy cut. I know, don't collapse me, fussy cut. I'm going to fussy cut her out. And then to tie the rainbow hair in with the rest of the page. Right, I'm not fussy cutting these little tendrils because I can come back and add those in with some colours after, can't I? Yes, I'm to make that nice and easy for myself. I'm just going to cut this straight down here and then come in and snip some of these little bits out. I still haven't got over having my scissors confiscated at the airport. These ones are lovely, but they're not my old ones. Silly me. Rookie error there. Never mind. Okay, so she's going to come down here. What I'm going to do is take this as my inspiration, and I'm going to pull some leaves going back to rainbow colours across the page. So we've got blue and yellow. I think I'm going to use scribble sticks and Neocolor 2s for this. So we've got blue. We could go blue to purple coming up here, and then blue to greens coming down there, couldn't we? So if I bring a bit of purple onto some of these, then I can maybe start that kind of idea. So these pages haven't got any gesso on at all. I'm just going straight in with my colours. That was the dog, it wasn't me grumbling. I can hear you doing a little grumble. Green, green, green. Ooh, that's olive, that's quite nice. Let's use that one. It's such a lovely fresh green, that one. It's not quite stuck down, but that's all right. And then I might just go in with water, a wet paintbrush, and just see if I can just activate that pigment and just pull it round a bit, soften some of those lines that are in there. There we go. Okay. Quite like. I might just bring some of that green down here. I think some of this would be nice. So because this is wet, that's why I'm able to bring some of this darker green over the top. Scribble sticks love to go over wet anywhere that you've wet, basically. So that's why that's working. You can also like use the scribble sticks like a watercolour pencil. You can kind of get the pigment off them with a wet brush, and then you can come and paint with it. That also works well. Let's come in with some yellow now. Neo Colour 2s are also, they're very, very similar. I think Neo Colour 2s are just a little bit kind of creamier. You don't have to kind of press quite as hard as you do with the scribble sticks to lay the pigment down, but by no means are the scribble sticks, they're not inferior, they're just different. So different techniques. And I may well come back in with Neo Colour 2s and just go over some of those colours. Okay, so I'll just bring a few leaves just kind of floating around there. I don't really know whether that... I've got an idea in my head and I'm just not sure yet whether it's going to work, but we'll see if it does. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It really doesn't matter. going in with some dots as well can kind of help to break things up a bit. I might just pull a bit of that orange down onto the yellow. Just give this one a sharpen. It's looking a bit odd at the minute, but it will come together. It will come together. I might just give it a dry. And I'm not sticking my hand in anything I don't want to. Stick that bit back down. Okay, that's nice and dry. So this is a scribble stick again. This is one of the new colours from Dina Wakley. Raspberry, it's beautiful. And that can kind of come round into red then, can't it? This is kind of a reddy pink. It's so pretty. Look at that. I'm going to come over this with a scribble stick as well once it's all dry and I've got everything where I want it to be. It might be quite nice just to pop a little touch of that in those orange ones as well. I'm not liking that purple, so let me find a neo colour too where I can maybe just bring a bit more pigment over those. I'm not liking how that's looking. Maybe that's a bit better. And then we need a red. We could even use rouge. Let's go in with a bit of rouge as well. This is like a pinky, more of a pinky colour. This will start to come together very soon. And you know, it really isn't a problem if it doesn't come together because, well, let's put those pinks in there. It's about playing as well. It's about just letting those ideas flow off onto the page. And not everyone works. I've often posted videos on YouTube, you know, do you have to like everything you create? No. Do I like everything I create? I really don't. Sometimes I make things that are butt ugly. But it doesn't really matter. I think try not to get too hung up on having to be perfect. It doesn't have to be. So I've kind of pulled those colours across my page in like with a rainbow sort of idea. And I think what I'll do next is give this a dry. And she's going to come down here, I think. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. And of course we can always come in and bring some splatters. These are a lovely way to get colour on the page. Like now, it's a really nice bright green. Oh yes, that one. So you just pop some water on your brush and just rub it on, and then you can pick up some of the pigment, which you can then kind of splatter on your page. Blue. And on your desk, of course. Okay, so this isn't the neatest. That's quite pretty though. Okay, so I think I might stick her down there. Let's give this a quick dry, and then I can see where I'm going next. While I've got this glue in my hand, I'll just pop a bit under there. So this is a Dina Wakley media glue. It's great for sticking all sorts of things. Okay, so I'm just going to pop her down here. Okay. And then I think I'm going to let my page cool down a little bit. I'm going to move these out the way. I'm going to grab a Stabilo pencil. So that's just a water soluble pencil to give it a little sharpen. Water soluble pencil, or even this, which is a License to Quill pen from Jane Davenport, and I might just see, will this work if I just outline some of these leaves? It might do. Let's see what happens. We might just be able to create a little bit of magic. Start to sort of pull this together. So I'm using the idea of what's already there. So this is from Tamara Laporte, you'll know as Willowing online. So she's painted this and it's super beautiful, but I'm just using the idea of what's there as my starting point for filling in some of the leaves, and then I'm going to take this into my own doodling as well. Doesn't have to be perfect. This pen is fabulous as well, because if I come in with a water brush, I can also, as long as it's not dry, I can pull some of the pigment out, hopefully of the black. There we go. Can create some lovely shadows. And if it has dried, I can go back over it and just grab a bit more. Yeah, that's already dry, so pick up a bit of the pigment on my brush, and then I can just add a bit onto those leaves. Just create a bit of dimension. And it doesn't matter that it's not perfect, I don't think. I think it adds to its kind of mystical quality, which I really like. So it just shows how easy it is to play with these images that come in the Artstacks packs, that they are really versatile. I mean, you can go full on mixed media styling, get your paint out, and you know, I've done lots where I've created very painty backgrounds and added in images. But it's just nice, isn't it, having that kind of starting point to have an idea of where you can go with your work. I'm holding the pen quite loosely, and I'm not worried about getting all of the lines in the right place. Close enough is good, and it creates that kind of loose feel, which is okay, because then it means it doesn't need to be perfect, because loose is good enough. Loosey goosey. And it's got more of a kind of artsy feel as well if it's loose and you're not going for tidy too much. Okay, so let me just scribble some of that on there. So this is where this pen kind of comes into its own, really. It's, oh yeah, okay, so too much pigment and not enough water. Is there any water in there? No. There is now. Okay, that's better. Let's just pull that out a bit more. You can kind of scribble onto your mat and pick up a bit of the pigment and then pull it back on if it's dried. These pens I love to use for when I'm drawing faces. They're great for coming in with, you can bring a bit of shadow work onto your faces by just adding some of the pigment from the pen onto your mat and then popping that on your page. Let's bring, because I've done lines in the leaves, I'm going to do the same on some of these ones, so it kind of then pulls that together. Yeah, I like that. I like how that's worked. Okay, so I think I just want to bring a bit of more shadowy onto some of these leaves. Give them a bit more depth and interest. Okay. I'm going to give that a dry. Okay, that's quite hot. I'm just going to let that cool down because I want to go in with a Stabilo pencil and I don't want it to go too soft. If your page, I'm sure you'll all have done this, but you know, you heat dry your page and then go in with your Stabilo pencil and it kind of melts into the page. So it's kind of good to just give it a second to just cool. So I'm just going to go around this face just to create, oops, a little bit of shadow around there. So I mean, so far I haven't got any paint out, I haven't haven't even used any stencils. I have merely just gone on with some pigment sticks and added some more leaves on, taking inspiration from the collage paper that I popped on there first. Now I'm pulling this black out from the Stabilo pencil because it looked a bit odd. Didn't do what I wanted it to do, so I'm going to just pull that out, and then that's going to just blend out into the background a little bit. And then I'm going to come in with a spot stamp, dot stamp, some black, and then I want to think about how I'm going to add my words onto here. Now, because this paper is quite textured, it's not great for stamping straight into, so that's why I'm getting that kind of not brilliant stamped effect, but it's good enough, and I like how those dots have worked with what's already there. I'm going to bring a bit of text. These are actually numbers, I say text, but it's that kind of text feel in some places too. I feel that this page is definitely going to need a black border, but that's quite pretty, isn't it? So we need some words on here. Sometimes adding a border to a page can just kind of finish it off. It's almost a way to enclose the craziness, trap it in. Yeah, I like that. We need some words, don't we, definitely on here. Also wondering about some white on some of these leaves. Still wet. Excuse me. This is a white Stabilo pencil. Okay, so in the Colourful World pack, there are lots of phrases that would work. Maybe that one. Let's try it. Got a very silly tickle now. There are so many different vibrant backgrounds in that one as well, but I think Live Life in colour might work quite nicely. Down there. All of that, let your true colours shine through. Maybe that. Yeah, I like that. You kind of know when it's right and it works. One back in there, then I can use that another time. Let's move these out of the way because I just want to do a few splatters. Let me find my fan brush and some white. There we go. That is my July project for Artstacks. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and this page come together. You can find these packs from Artstacks on my website in the shop underneath the Artstacks little pop-up. Yeah, and you can have some fun creating lots of fun pages with the products that are in the various packs. They're just so easy to work with. Okay, thanks for watching everybody, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.